cords. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if we put that back over here where it's supposed to be. Move this back over here where it's supposed to be. Oh, there's too many cords. I need to find a professional gamer to come over and set up everything for me. Set up my lighting, set up my camera, set up my cords. God, wouldn't that be great? Hello, everybody. We're going to start on a new project tonight. It's one that I started a little while ago with some of the flash paints, and we're going to keep going with this. This is a recipe box that I got. Where did I find it? Michael's, maybe? Yeah, I think it was Michael's. I've seen similar ones at Walmart as well, but I haven't seen them anywhere else. But and it's a recipe card box. And the reason that I got it is because my Dot Mandala inspiration deck will fit wonderfully inside it. So I thought it would be a really cool thing to paint to keep my cards in. Now whether I end up keeping it for myself or not, I'm not 100% sure yet, but we're gonna play with it and we're gonna see what we can do. I thought I needed my Lazy Susan, but I do not. Hi Barb. Hi Sue. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing good. All right. Thanks for joining me for a later one. It's later than I normally do. Sue, what time is it there where you are? What time is it in the UK? How are you still conscious? Thank you very much. These are colors that I did on a keychain first. I used the yellow with those. But I also did, the ones I'm going to use on this, I'm going to add in the bright pink. Oops. And that was in these keychains. So I'm making a whole bunch of these ones and a whole bunch of the other metallic ones that I did on the flash, with the flash metallics. So hopefully in another week or so, I'll have some more keychains ready to go too. Hi, Sharon. 2 a.m. Holy cow, Sue. Oh, it's your birthday. That's so nice. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Sue. That's awesome. And you have the day to be able to just do what you want when you want. That sounds wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, thanks for coming to hang out. And if anybody else is up at this hour and it's really late where you are, thanks for coming to say hi and hang out. Now, I kind of wanted to model this after the Phoenix pattern, but yeah, I think I will. Okay. Hi, Patty. Hi, Jan. How's everybody doing? Hi, Donna. How you doing? Good to see ya. Donna? No. No. Donna. Deborah. Deborah. Damn it. Donna. It was Donna. Yes. Yes. Your live won't end till 4 a.m. for me. Oh my gosh. Oh, going for cream tea, then lots of time dotting. Oh, nice. You're nice, Jan. I know that. So we're kind of overlapping some of these swoops. And I'm slowly making them a little bit, start a little bit lower. I've been painting a bunch of keychains. So this is a nice break from that. The Phoenix plate. Oh, the Phoenix plate is finished. Oh, I need to go get that and show you guys. Because I finished it on my own. I completely forgot. I thought that I finished it on a live. But I finished it on my own. We started working on the edge on the live, but... Alright. Let me get these blue ones done. So this and then the other side. And then I will go get the Phoenix plate so I can show you the edge. I'm really happy about it. I moved it out of my studio and into the other room just because it was feeling a little cluttered in here. So I will go grab it once I'm done these blue swoops here. I think you guys are going to really like it. I think it looks really good. So what's everybody up to today? Did everybody have a good Saturday? Let me scroll back because I know I'm missing stuff. Oh, thank you, Renegade. Hey, Tracy. Faux Blonde, 6 p.m. and windy there in Arizona. Oh, hi, Michelle. How you doing, love? Very excited. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you got the one you wanted. That's so wonderful. It makes my heart just so happy when you guys are so excited with these. I love it when you love them as much as I do. It's so fun. It's so fun to be able to share that with you. So I've got them all packaged up. I was hoping to get to the post office today, but that didn't happen. So I will be going first thing Monday morning, and it'll be on its way. I've got a couple other orders of keychains. I posted 3 and I posted 6 and there are 3 left. And like I said, I'm working on a bunch, so I'm going to have a whole bunch more to add in very soon. Oh, this paint is so fantastic. This is the Flash Metallics mixed with Apple Barrel Pouring Medium. Got some cleaning done and some painting. Oh, nice, Tracy. That's wonderful. Awesome day, sunny dog walk. My brain is finding your painting relaxing. Yay! That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, Donna, I'm so glad. It makes me so happy. All right, I'm going to go grab the Phoenix plate because I want to show you guys the edge of that. Hold on. All right. Ooh. So, this is the Phoenix plate, right? This is we haven't done a spin test with it yet. I think we need to do a spin test with it. But this is the most recent pattern that I released. It's my 5th pattern on the website. So if you want to learn how to paint this, I have a step-by-step downloadable through the links in my profile. And then I did this edge on the inside, and then on the outer edge, I did that. So to see up close, I'm so friggin' happy with it. All right, let me scroll back. I know I missed a couple comments, so sorry. Hi, Borka. Hi, Jan. Phone is muted because I'm visiting family, just watching, hoping everyone's well. Nice. Doing well. Thanks. Good to see you doing the Phoenix pattern. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. I sneeze. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. So sorry. I'm so glad you guys like it. This is, I think, one of the prettiest things I've ever painted in my entire life. And so what I tend to do is when I don't know what I'm going to do, I'll set it down and then I'll just kind of sit and I want to look at it from back here because I want to decide, do I want something on this edge or do I want something on that edge? And what I was really, really sure of is that if I put anything on this edge, I felt like it would be competing way too much with these dots and with this pattern. I really wanted this pattern to stand out in the middle. So that black worked really well and then painted the bottom edge. I've never painted, I've only done one other one and I did the top edge, but I'm really, really, really happy with the bottom part. I think it looks really nice. So this is gonna get varnished just to seal it. And then the inside is gonna get coated with some resin. And then this is going to be one of the 3 items that will go in my first auction. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen yet. But I'll give you plenty of notice. I'm not sure if it's going to happen on Instagram or TikTok where that's going to, or Facebook, but we'll figure that out and I'll keep you posted. Anyways, so this one is done. So it's so bizarre because I usually have so many different projects on the go, and that one was really, other than the resin on the rainbow plate or the satin lining in the other box, things are really kind of done, except for the keychains and stuff too. So it's really interesting. I'm kind of enjoying this feeling of feeling caught up and feeling like I'm doing that. Elizabeth, I don't sell the dotting tools, but if you go to dotartdepot.com, you can use the code Jamie10 for 10% off purchases of $25 or more. That is my commercial. I won't say that again. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, Lydia has some fantastic materials on there. I also use DIY mandala stones tools, and you can find them on Etsy and Amazon as well. Told my daughter I already know what you want for Christmas. Oh, that's so sweet to hear. That makes my heart so happy. That's the best compliment I think you could ever get. Thank you, Donna. Oh, thanks, Patty. I know we can still talk about Jan, right? That's the nice part. Oh, thank you, Renegades. The outer edge looks good, eh? Oh, thank you for the blessed poo. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, I'm so glad that you like it, Borka. Thank you. All right, so let's keep going with this one. All right. Now we're going to purple. And then we might start to add in some of the hot pink. We'll see. For now, I like that this design is kind of centering around the teal. It's really just considered a green, but I think it looks very aqua turquoise. But on the bottle it says it's just a green. These are flash metallics mixed with some apple barrel pouring medium. I have heard some people say that they were able to use the flash metallics straight out of the bottle. Mine are crazy thick, but the pouring medium does the job and thins it out enough to be good for dotting. Jamie, did you get your tip jar up and running in your bio yet? I did, love. Thank you for asking. I love you for that. You remember. Thank you. Yeah, so I set up a virtual tip jar. I want to make sure that these lives are always free. I don't want to start charging for things like this. You know, I want to sell the stuff that I make and sell the patterns that I make and have that be it, and have this time that we are here together. I don't ever want anyone to feel excluded if they don't have the money to pay for it. I think it's too important that we're able to all spend this time together. And I certainly know that I'm not able to pay for stuff like that right now. So again, I don't want anybody to feel like they're excluded. So what I've done is I've set up a virtual tip jar, and you know, if you feel called to or have the means and would like to throw $1 or $2 my way, it's set up as buy me a tea through my bio. And of course there's the ways to do so here on TikTok too. And thank you to everybody who has already used the tip jar. I appreciate the support so much. I really want to, my whole goal is to make sure that my bills are paid so that I can keep doing this and painting all kinds of stuff and spending this time with you guys. So I have so much fun sharing what I've learned so far. So thanks, Barb. Yeah, all my links are in the bio. I recently launched a YouTube channel as well. There's over 100 videos on there, and there is a playlist of some Facebook Live tutorial kind of workshops that we did last summer. So the recordings are there for that, and then the other videos are a bunch of recordings of these TikTok Lives. So there's lots of resources there for you. If you're just learning and just getting started, devouring content from as many different artists is one of the best things that you can do. Make sure you're buying patterns from all kinds of different artists. You know, every single one of us has something different that we've picked up and learned that we're happy to share in the tips and tricks that we do with these patterns, and it'll get you trying different things and branching out, and sometimes it can help you to branch out a bit. I'm really excited to get some of the patterns from Z Designs, Zara in Australia. She uses beautiful big plumpy dots, and that's not something that I've ever done or been comfortable with, and I really want to play with a couple of her patterns so that I can get comfortable with that style, because it's frigging beautiful. Yeah. All right, so now I think we're gonna just add some pink to start for a minute, because I need to think. I've got a couple ideas, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, yeah, that would work. Okay. All right. Micro Daughter. I always call this my Micro Daughter. This is a set of clay sculpture tools. You can get them on Amazon. Clay sculpture tools are almost, a lot of them are really great for dotting. You can get these on Amazon, yeah. So here, let me zoom in on this a bit. So we're going to do just little teeny tiny dots of bright pink in between each of the purple. When you're playing with really saturated colors like this, it can be a lot of fun to just throw something really, really bright in there. Hi, Noreen. Your keychain will be on its way to you on Monday. You picked one of my favorites, Noreen. I love these colors. Like, I can't get over how freaking shiny they are. They're just delicious. So this is a recipe card box, so like it's something to hold the things like the size of an index card for recipe cards. I think I got it at Michael's, I think. So yeah, this is a recipe card box, and I originally got it thinking it would be a really cool spot to hold my Dot Mandala inspiration deck. I thought that could be kind of cool. I'm thinking again. Can you smell the smoke? Let's back this up a little bit so it might get you a little dizzy. Let me know if this view is okay. I'm trying to pay extra close attention to make sure that I'm staying on camera and not veering off like I usually do. I think I want to make this like crazy electric. I'm thinking. What goes up there? That's more swoops. I'm just looking at the Phoenix pattern to see how I can correspond this here. Hi, Tammy. Ah, thank you so much. These are flash metallics that I'm using. Find making a little tape line on my surface helps so I have a visual. Oh, that's a really good idea. Really good idea. You're so smart. You have so many good ideas, Jennifer. I'm going to write a book. Now. All right, I know what I'm gonna do. What's the auction? So what the auction is going to be is I am going to do an auction on Facebook or Instagram to auction off the Phoenix plate, the rainbow terracotta plate, and the box the other box that I painted, instead of putting it up in my shop. So I want to try an auction and see how that goes. So I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of it, how I want to get it started, all that good stuff. I'm still very much in the beginning stages of getting it organized, for sure. So it'll be a little while before that happens, but hopefully not too late, too far from now. fellow artist Erin Ridley participates in a lot of gallery auctions. And there's a lot of different handmade auctions online. So I kind of want to try out a bunch of all of those. I want to try and find some gallery auctions here in Canada. I found a couple handmade auction sites here in Canada that I'm going to look at participating in. And I'm going to also run an auction or two on my own social media. And just to kind of compare all of the processes and see, if it's even something that I enjoy doing and want to look at doing again, or if it's, and if it's, financially going to do what I need it to do as well, right? The whole idea is to sell more stuff. So, yeah, that's going to be the next experiment. Yeah, I think it could be kind of interesting, eh? Let me scroll back. Yeah, the feeling they were the Flash, Tammy. Yeah, they're so spectacular. Girl, if I tried that, I'd come up blank for sure. Right? I think we all need that little camera that is just following us around, or just sitting in the back corner and recording some of the things we say. I know for me, when I'm talking to myself, I come up with some fucking gems, man. Like, I come up with some stuff, I'm like, wow, that was brilliant. And then 10 seconds later, it's gone. I'm just going to open up the blinds here for a sec. You guys bear with me. Let some air in here. It's getting really warm. With all the windows in this solarium that I'm in, it's just a sauna in here all day. Ooh. I can show you the sunset too. Let some air in. Here, let's show you the sunset. Of course, the color's not going to come out, right? But wait till you see the lights. Oh, shit. It's going to focus on that. Doesn't that look cool? So beautiful, eh? It's much pinker in person, but not a bad view. However, the room of windows is definitely very, very, very warm during the day, because we get that late afternoon sun, right? So it's nice when it gets to this point at night where I can open the windows nice and wide and let some air in and watch some of the sunset. Yeah, it's quite nice, eh? All right, let's keep going. So I've got a bunch of really cool items that I've purchased over the last couple of years to paint on that I think would be the kind of things that I would want to put into something special like an auction. Like, I've got some teapots. I've got 3 functional teapots to paint, and I have one cracked one that I've sealed and glued back together, but it would be decoration only. I've got some really cool different wood cutouts. I've got some more boxes and trays to do. I've got another table to do. I have my original tables that I still have to refinish them, redo the resin on them, and then maybe that might be a good option for them as well. Just gonna give it a try. There's so many different options and ways to do things out there that you almost have to try everything to figure out what is the thing that is gonna work for you, right? Once I've taped this shut, once I have I'm able to open this up, I will fix any of these pieces that go across. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, Noreen. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Tammy. Thanks, Donna. Thanks, Lulu. All right, so now I need okay, now we're going in with the teal again. No, now we're going in with the pink. But I actually think I need to wait a little bit. Yeah, I think I need to wait a little bit for that to dry before I go back in there. So instead, we will start here. Yeah, we'll start right there. We're gonna go with Purpla. We're gonna go with a size 10. All right. What's everybody up to tomorrow? How you doing on your Sunday? Sue's gonna be celebrating her birthday. What's everybody else up to? Okay. So now, oh, I forgot something with the pink. I forgot. Oh, thank you, Megan. All right, so I'm gonna zoom in here. I'm gonna try really hard not to shake the table. Going from the Phoenix pattern, I'd used gold detail along these petals, so we're gonna add the pink detail. I'm using pink as my other color for adding in the detail. So I'll add that in and that'll look really cute. Oh! So not how I read that. Oh, Jennifer, I'm coming back to that in a minute. As Alex and Danny are home this weekend. Oh, that's so nice. Wedding in Ottawa. Wow, that's a busy weekend. How you doing, Patty? Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Britt. How you doing, love? When you said you're gonna nail the guy, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of more information than I needed. But then now I understand that you're what you mean by nailing. I'm like, wow. Okay. Nails ass to the wall then. Oh, I'm so glad, Patty. That's so wonderful. Not that kind of nail. There we go. Good to clarify. Good to clarify. I'm gonna see if I can't. No. Well, the next time I will. See how they're gonna get those little nipples in the middle. I wish that the paint was still wet enough that I could push that around. I don't think it is. Oh, maybe a little. Maybe a bubble or two that pops up though, like in here. Ding, ding. Sometimes this is caused by not using enough paint. Like I didn't use a huge amount of paint with these dots. So the more paint that you use and the less pressure you apply, the better the chance you're going to have kind of a rounded dot. But it's not uncommon to have to go in and move the paint around a bit like I'm doing here. Very, very common thing to do. I used to do this a lot on my mugs when I was using the folk art paint quite often, and I was getting those really sharp peaks because the paint was so thick. Flattening them out a little bit like this can really make a difference. I hope that's helpful. You did come to the right live. It's all good. You're all right? You finished up your master's degree? Yeah. It's not. It is not an easy time to be feeling safe or secure, I'm sure. Congratulations on finishing up your master's. Kick ass. And I wish there was something that I could do. It's so hard. And we have to be here for each other. Oops. You so should be writing your research paper now. And instead you're here with us. I remember that. Not grad school though. I didn't do that far. Don't go pinning this on me. You little shits. Are you fucking kidding me? There's fireworks outside tonight. Like, why? Why? Well, it's either fireworks or gunshots, so you never know. All right, so now we are going to go here. You know what I'm thinking I would have liked even better than the pink is pearl white. I'm thinking pearl white would have looked friggin' awesome. but this is okay. If you're still here, Noreen, what? Do we like the pink? Pink's all right, eh? All right, let's do... Now we've got more pink we're going to add in. And you're going to add in a pink swoop right in here. What do we want to do? What size do we want to do? You're the same size. You're a bit larger. You're a lot larger. So let's do you. All right. You like the pink? It's good? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. All right. And I can always use these colors and do another project, right? And use white on that sometime. I'll be back to you in just a moment. I'm just going to really focus for a sec. Sugar plum. Fake it till we make it. There we go. I think I need to turn my big lights off. At least one of my big lights. Because I feel like the lights are reflecting so much on that paint. How's that? Is that a little bit better? You got kicked out of the live. What? That's weird. Oh, thank you guys. Well, that's a big old mess, isn't it? All right, fix, fix, fix. Hi, Immortal. Right? The universe is telling you something, Kimberly. All right. So I'm just going to set this aside for a second. Let's just have a look at it. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think that looks all right. I think. So the cut through for the box is right here, right? So it's going to split right here and open up. So this whole front is going to have this design. I have no idea what I'm going to do at the top or the sides yet, but we'll figure it out. Oh, you like it? Thank you, Immortel. Thank you, Donna. I'm so glad you like it. All right, so now we are going to do some walking dots. I'm going to start with the teal. We're going to do some walking dots around these purple ones. All right. So we are going to start with this one. Oh, does that not happen very often, getting your screen name right? I'm so glad. I'm so glad I'm getting it right and that it makes you happy. I'm really pleased with myself for staying with these guidelines for the most part. There's a couple little bitsy differences, but for the most part, it's felt pretty good. It's nice when it happens when I'm not trying to. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the colors. Everyone says immortal. Immortal oil. There you go. So my intent with these petals is to do 5 rows of walking dots. So we're going to go teal, blue, purple, blue, and then back to teal again. So these petals are going to be very, very teal. I want to find a funny sound clip about it, saying it wrong, and do a video. Yes! There's got to be some sound out there about mispronunciation of a word, right? Like just constant back and forth. You could do one of those lip sync ones with the immortal, and do that back and forth. But it almost made me drop my phone. Yeah, there has to be that sound out there somewhere, right? I'll keep my eyes open if I see it. If I find a video that's got something, I'll send it to you. If anybody sees something like that. You could even do the, you know, the one where it's the POV of in the texting noises, the typing noises. So you like film up your nose, and that one you could POV of correcting yet another person on how to say your username. You're so focused on the pattern. Yeah, and then one of those barks, that'd snap you out of it pretty quick, eh? Shock your system for sure. All right. Now let's go to the blue. So we're going to go teal, blue, purple, blue, teal. So multiple rows. Oops, no, I just opened up the teal again. I need to open up the blue. Blue, Jamie, blue. Blue, blue, blue. Blue, 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 blue. Hi, Carolyn. You just woke up. I hope you had a good rest. And I'm doing good, thank you. Thank you for asking. How are you? Sending you so much love, Carolyn. Sending lots and lots of love to you. Lots and lots of love to all of you. There's a lot going on. There's been a lot going on for the last couple of years. And I am glad you're here with me to take a little bit of a break. If being here helps you quiet your mind for a little while, or slow your thoughts for a little while, or inspire some ideas of things that sound like fun for you to do, then that's all that matters. Hanging in there, Carolyn? Oh, I wish we could give you a big hug. I haven't done a pastel pattern in a very, very long time. I did some on piggy banks, and I've actually got a few piggy banks to paint again. So those are another thing that I think that would be good auction items. But anyways, I haven't done any pastels since then. I've always kind of had a bit of a hard time with pastels. I tend to be really, really drawn to like the bright, really saturated colors. It's not some place I normally go. However, I did do some of the Elegance pattern when I was doing the white on white mugs. I did do some that are pastel pearl colors on those mugs, and they turned out friggin' beautiful. Friggin' beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad you like the color palette. It's fun, eh? Hi, Paula. Your mind needs the peace? Wonderful. We were just talking about that. And if being here gives your mind that peace, thank you so much for knowing to come here. It does take you away, right? It's meditative. It's very meditative. I totally understand that. I'm a firm believer that this art form saved my life. And I'm grateful for it every damn day. Made me care about being alive, which says something. And, you know, meditation, I'm a big fan of meditation, but what unfortunately has happened is that a lot of people have been told that meditation means sitting somewhere quiet in the dark with your eyes closed and trying to quiet your mind. And it's absolute bullshit. That is not necessary for meditation. Meditation is being aware of your thoughts and redirecting to something that makes you feel better. Right? In an attempt to give your mind a bit of a break from the stuff that it cycles through kind of on its own. And this art form, creating anything that you enjoy doing that helps the hours melt away, whether it's painting, crocheting, hiking, doesn't matter what that thing is. That thing can be very, very beneficial from a meditation standpoint. Oh, I love you right back. Helps me relax just watching. Yay, that's wonderful. Oh, you guys create this incredible space. It's because of you and makes it easy for me to show up and be here with you. I've decided that my only goal now is to, as often as I can, be proud of the version, or at least be pleased of the version of me that shows up in a situation. And I find that that filter really helps me avoid a lot of other situations. I'll be like, there is no chance that I am going to show up as the best version of me in this situation, so I'm just going to skip it. Right? But filtering those activities, spending more time doing the things that you really love to do, is always time well spent. All right, so now we're going for the purple. And then remember, we're going to do blue and teal again. So we're going to have 5 rows of walking dots on these petals. And it's going to take us right to the very edge. So this is going to be the fullness of the design. And then we might decide to play a little bit. And I kind of feel like doing some weird stuff on this one. Celebrate the small victories. Absolutely. Absolutely. If my very best is a B, absolutely. Aw, thank you, Carolyn. That's so sweet. I am painting on a recipe card box, Paula. I found it at Michael's, so it's kind of narrow here, and I bought it with the intention that it would be a really, really cool box to put the inspiration deck in. I've got a few other boxes as well that I need to sand them. I'm going to take them outside maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow afternoon I'll take them outside and do some sanding and get ready to start painting those ones too. Right? And then I figured too, that my deck isn't that big, but it sure leaves room for the expansion packs. Because I'm still going to do a swearing expansion pack. Right? And it's going to be superfluous cussing. Intentionally superfluous cussing. Yeah, it's a recipe box. Yeah, it was zoomed in so much, It was hard to see. It wasn't able to see it. Only gone for a sec. Pink. Oh, I'm so glad you like it, Renegade. I was diabetic in the last year. I've lost a little over 100 pounds. Good for you. I am so in awe and impressed by people who care that much about themselves to do stuff like that. I'm not there yet. I'm still way too stuck in I just give me the foods that I like and leave me alone, But that's wonderful. No more meds or CPAP machine. Unbelievable. That's a huge quality of life change, eh? All right. Let's do some walking dots. Wow. Kick ass, man. Good for you. That shows a level of inner strength that you have that's amazing. That's absolutely wonderful. Oh, Renegade, you're so sweet. He would think the blood work was 2 different people. Wow. That's amazing. Oh, you need to be so proud of yourself for that. I hope you are. Sounds like you are. I love it. What else? Tell me other stuff that's going on, you guys. Tell me some other stuff that you love to talk about. Some of your accomplishments or things that you love to talk about. Not the successes or what other people think would be successes or any of that stuff. What is the stuff that you're proud of yourself for? Hit me with some of those. Shooting for a 12. Oh, God, being a size 12 again. I probably walk around naked all the time. You run at the park. Nice. Good for you. A ring size, too? Yeah. Every time I've lost weight, I have always found my jewelry fit a lot better. That's huge. You're also thinking of adding to your poetry book and republishing it. Yes! Do it. Do it. Do it. That's amazing. Yes. I've had to resize twice. Nice. That's what I miss. I miss wearing jewelry. My hands are usually too swollen. The heat doesn't help, but I also eat way too much salt. So that doesn't help. That's a good judge for knowing that you're losing weight, though, eh? That's a really good point. All right, now we're going back to the blue. From a 5X to a 2X. Oh my God, that's amazing. So inspiring, you guys. So we're going to have just enough room for the teal row after this. And then that is going to be the extent of the size that we are going to be doing here. Now, there's all kinds of different stuff that we could do next. And I'm still trying to think of what that's going to be for this one. But we'll see. We've got the petals to finish, and we are going to do more swoops. So we'll keep doing that for now. Right? Totally needs to be a party. Face and legs. That's so amazing. You guys are awesome. Best friend took a picture and we looked again because we thought it was her till I pointed out. And oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, that's so fun. I'm so happy to hear that you're feeling better. That's the reason to do it, right? Just to feel good. Woo! My hand slipped. Oops. Alright, but we're still okay. Now those little pink dots that I did there in the purple, I'm going to do that in here again as well. As we get it. Once the paint dries. I am going to wait until the paint dries in the walking dots because otherwise the dots could all start to run together. So then we've got one more row of walking dots to do, and then we will do some swoops again. My ex at least is being civil at church, but his sister is still dishing out petty. Ugh. Oh, that's so disappointing. Let her eat her heart out. Exactly. I find that if you let the people with shitty attitudes just kind of do their thing, they sink their own ship. A lot of the times, eh? And there is some joy to be found in being there when the ship hits the iceberg. All right, final row of walking dots for these petals, and it's going to be the teal. Right? 55 and acting 5. Well, exactly, right? You love my phrases? Well, that's good. What did I say? What did I say that made you giggle? Well, that one's a sneaky one. You know what? I can fix that though, because the blue one just isn't in close enough. So let's pull those two off, and I can fix that real quick. Real quick. When the shit hits the iceberg. Yeah, that was a good one. Right? New t-shirt idea. New sticker idea. I want to be there when the shit hits the iceberg. That, and it needs to say, like, the other one needs to say, oh, you're painting swoops? Slow down, asshole. Or slow down, dumbass. I think is the one that we thought of. If you're painting swoops, slow down, dumbass. So I like that one still, too. Visual of a brown iceberg, right? Okay. How's everybody doing? Is everybody staying awake okay? That's not used to being here so late? How we doing? Sue, are you still conscious? Patty, how about you? I'm practicing for the week when I live nocturnally. I still want to try that. My mom and I need to strategically plan that week out, though. Alright, okay, so let's go back to the blue, and we'll actually let me finish the other ones and I'll come back to it. Still there, eyes are getting heavy. You're doing great, good. Impressive, Sue. I'm impressed you guys are all still conscious. Well done. Alright, I'm going to come back and do that one. I'm just going to let the gesso dry a little bit more. I'm excited to get to the next swoops. I don't know why, but I'm like super excited for the next set of swoops. So, I'm going to do that. Okay, so it's going to wrap around that way. All right, now we go back in and fix the blue and the teal. Scrolling back. Got hooked on binging Bailey Sarian on YouTube. Who's that? Trying to make the weird shitterang. The word shitterang as in a shitty boomerang. Shitterang. I like that. Still wide awake, husband snoring his head off. Oh, wow. That's a great word. Weird as bat is awesome. She does makeup while telling mysteries. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. Alright, so we're going to make that one there. We just squished that one in a little bit more. That's all. It's fine. And then we were able to do this. There we go. And then the last one, and then we will take a step back and have a quick look at it. And then we are going to get started with some swoops. So, ooh, looks kind of cool, eh? Super shiny. Ooh. 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 That's pretty. It does look like a peacock feather, doesn't it? Yes. Hi, Jessica. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I think I'm pleased with that. So we're going to flush this out a little bit more, and then we're going to figure some stuff out. You're feeling some things. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, you're pretty. You're pretty. All right. Okay. Let's do some swoops then. So, we are going to We're going to start with pink. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Seeing another order in your future. I'm so glad you like my stuff. Thank you, guys. That's so sweet. It's the best thing I could ever want to hear. All right. So I needed a bit more paint on that one. Okay. All right. A bit more paint then. I think I need to give this a stir. I don't think I stirred my pink paints. That might be, oh yeah, it's kind of gummy. Let's see if this helps. Give it a good stir. I should not be doing that over top of that. That's the dumb shit I usually do. Look at me learning and making new decisions. Alright. Oops. Just getting my cloth organized here. I had to switch and find a clean surface to wipe my tool off on. I use just a damp face cloth. I buy the packs at Walmart that you can get like 18 face cloths for like $8 or $10 or something. Oh, for fuck's sake. Except I keep sticking my hand in wet paint. Shit. Come on. My hand is covered in glitter now. Ah. Oh, that's so sweet. The swooshes take talent. When in doubt, slow down, right? If they're not turning out, if your swoops aren't turning out the way that you envisioned them or wanted them to, then that means first and foremost, slow down and or add some more paint. Just be known as much the artist as the art of them. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. So much love. They look at you like you're crazy because you're always laughing. Yay! They're passed out. Oh, fantastic. You got a mega pint of wine and folding laundry. Fantastic. Your mega pint. Well, I am happy to be spending time with you guys. Still not enough paint. That's okay. When you're going over these edges, it's really hard to... Okay. So let's try again over here. I find the overlapping swoops very forgiving as well. Because if your edges aren't perfectly straight, like if they're a little jagged, then it's usually hidden in the next one, right? By the next swoop, which is nice. When you want to go back and add in paint like I just did, make sure you always do that when the paint is very, very wet, right? Just to make sure that it's going to level itself out and not go gummy. I've tried it before when I waited too long, and yeah, it hasn't gone well. Audrey's doing well. I don't know where she is tonight. She's somewhere sulking, apparently. She also might have heard the fireworks and might be hiding in my mom's room. But she's doing all right. The whole shit hit the iceberg still has you laughing. However, I make a pint and he understood the assignment. Well done. Well done. Uh-oh, got a sneeze coming. Shit. All right, just the one. Maybe. We'll see. So the slower you go, the longer you're going to be able to transport a lot of this paint. Now, if I have to add more and do this again, I start right from the very top and go down. Doesn't always work out well. Again, I'm not super concerned because I'm going to be overlapping the swoops. Oh, that one was much better. when you're overlapping the swoops and they're all going into the same, what I call the destination, so like I'm going to have them end all in the same spot. You don't have to make the swoops reach all the way down to the bottom as well. Right? Like I don't need to bring this pink down any farther than that. Because as I start adding in others, and because I know I'm going to misalign them down a little bit like I did in the row before, right? Like the blue is lower than the teal, and the purple is lower than the blue. I'm going to do that here as well. So I know that with the same amount of paint, I'm going to travel basically the same distance. So it'll help to kind of cover up those lines as well. Hi, Kristen. How do people do the fat ones that look like teardrops? Oh, I'll show you that. Thank you for the bless yous. Do you love people that can turn a phrase? All right, so let's talk the swoops that look like the teardrops. So let's zoom in on my little test canvas here. So what you would do for that is using a really large nail dotting stylus tool, or a tool like the end of one of your DIY mandala stones tools, or whatever tools you're using. I started with crochet hooks. You don't need to start with anything fancy. You take a crap ton of paint and you drop this down. This is the way that I did swoops for the first 2 years of painting dot mandalas, because it was the only way I could do it. And then I go in with this really sharp tool. I used to use, the sewing pins that have the plastic balls on the end that you used to mark and hold patterns on. I cut the one end of one of those off and stuck it in the end of an eraser. And then this sharp tool will allow you to start to pull the paint down into the shape you want to go into. Now the key is to remember that you are not painting with the tool. You are coaxing the paint into the shape that you want it to be in, right? So I'm just moving paint over and just kind of starting to coax it into the right direction, in the direction I want it to go in, and I can flip it upside down and try and smooth out the edge. Sometimes just getting another view on things can make a big difference. Even grabbing some more paint, fresh paint, if this is starting to go a little gummy. So this is the way that I did swoops, like I said, for the first 2 years exclusively. If it had a swoop on it, this is the way that I did it. I only started doing this about a year and a half ago now, for the dragging of the swoops. Does that make sense? Oh, Donna, you're so sweet. Yes, that would work. A beading awl would work, yes. Anything sharp. I got this set. It's it's called a puncture and a scoring tool. I got this set at Dollar Tree for $2.50, I think. Something like that. Oh, and if you're ever going to go in and do touch-ups, don't be a dumbass like I am right now. Wait and touch things up once the paint is completely dry. Because I'm just asking for trouble doing it this way. And still, I'm going to go over it, right? Because I'm going to overlap it. But sometimes I don't know when to stop. Yes, do as I say, not as I do. You're good. I'm glad that was helpful. Okay. Lots of paint. Our friend Molly always said, dip and dot, scoop and swoop. I thought that was pretty genius. Oh, this is way too close. Oh, goodness. It's funny you say that, because I say to people all the time, like, I'm not here to show you the easiest or the best way to do things. I'm just here to show you the way that I do it, and you can decide if it's a way that works for you. There's always so many ways to do something, and you've got to go with what you're comfortable with. And I am very comfortable making my own life difficult. I'm very comfortable in that space. So because of going over this dip, right, that's going to be a problem. So I'll be able to go over that with a bit of gesso. And once it dries, then I'll be able to touch that up and get rid of that messy end there. Oh, good. I'm glad that was helpful. I was taught to think before I act. How do you do the ones that are all next to each other? So for that, there's a couple different ways that you can do it. I prefer to wait until the previous swoop has dried, or do the very next one while the paint for the first one is still really wet. If it's kind of an in-between, half-dry kind of scenario, then the chances of your paints going all gummy and kind of running together and causing a real mess is significantly higher. So in a perfect world, that would work really, really well. So in projects where there's overlapping swoops, you're either working fairly fast through the swoops, or if you're not working fast through the swoops and it's going to take you some time, I would recommend anyway leaving the swoops slow, like walking away and waiting until these pink swoops are dry before coming in and doing your next ones. If you're finding you're getting through them slowly, right? Because the slower you go through, the bigger the chance that you're going to have that gumminess happen. Am I calling it the wrong thing? I call it swooshes. Oh yes, when people call it swooshes, I call them swoops. All the same thing. You call them whatever you need to call them so that you remember them in your head. Did that help, Kristen? I hope it did. All right. But I am not going to follow my own advice. I'm going to go through and start doing purple swoops before everything is completely dry. So let's play with this. So I'm going in with the same size tool, but now going in with the purple paint. And I'm going to overlap slightly and just not make them quite as long at the top. I'm just going to start to overlap them. So notice I'm starting the purple one lower than the pink one. Oh good, I'm glad. Oh, hi Sharon, welcome back. So we're here for about another 30 minutes. Tomorrow at some point I will post my live schedule for the upcoming week. And when I post the schedule, it will have the lives that I will be doing here on TikTok, but also the ones that I'll be doing on Instagram and Facebook. So if you are around next week and want to hang, you will be able to find my schedule. It will be pinned to the top of my TikTok profile, and it will be in my story highlights on my Instagram profile. One of these days I will also get to a point where I put them in as events on Facebook, but I'm not there yet. The way I want my business to run is that, I make money off of selling the things that I paint and the patterns that I create, that sort of thing. I love being able to do these lives. I did set up a virtual tip jar. The link for that is in my bio as well. I believe I set it up and called it, buy me a tea. But it's never going to be mandatory to pay to join these lives. I like doing them for free, and I don't want anybody to feel excluded from these. There's lots of other ways I can do exclusive stuff like that, but this is not going to be one of them. But if you feel called to do so, and if you're able to throw $1 or $2 my way, the contribution is always incredibly appreciated. Just the fact that you guys keep coming back to spend all of this time with me, I appreciate you very much. But again, it's definitely not mandatory. I certainly don't have the money to be throwing a couple bucks here or there. I understand what it's like to be tight, but if you are able to, that would be really, really cool. All right. It's really, really hard to say. I kind of go out on a limb and say that I assume everything's going to take about 2 weeks. But it could get here sooner. It definitely could get here sooner. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Immortelle. So glad. And I love doing these. I want to start doing more. I really would love to start doing more. Like, perfect world scenario, right? Just from a standpoint, wouldn't it be great if I could go live 5 or 6 times a week, and those lives themselves could bring in a few tips here and there to help, contribute to everything else. But you know what? My lives contribute to my sales as well anyway, right? So it's all in there. That's what you were thinking too? Now it's turned into a tulip for me in my mind. I get it. I get it. These things change the more you look at them and as they start to grow, right? Oh, lots of bubbles in that one. So I released a few keychains earlier this week and a few mugs as well. So there's a few new things in my shop if you want to check them out. I am currently preparing for another restock of keychains that will hopefully be happening sometime next week. And there'll be some more mugs coming soon too. Lots on the go, though. You're welcome, Donna. You want to see orange? Ooh, yeah, orange would look good in here, too. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad that it's helpful. So glad that it's helpful. I like experimenting. Sometimes, if I'm in the right mindset. But I'm glad that it helps when I share what I'm working on and what works and what doesn't. That makes me feel good. Thank you for that. Sunset, sunrise, yes. So this is the same pattern that I did the Phoenix design in. So this is my latest pattern. It's almost knocked over my cup. That would have been bad. Experimenting terrifies me, so I watch other people do it. It's you gotta definitely be in the right mindset. So this is the most recent downloadable step-by-step pattern that I added onto my website. And so this design is essentially what we are also doing right down here, right? So this is a fun way to just take the same pattern and create something that looks completely different just by changing the colors. The gold is fun, eh? This is one of my favorite golds. It is a cheaper quality crafter's acrylic, very thin. A lot of the thinner ones tend to crack, but this gold is my absolute favorite. But it's fun to take these same designs and put them on multiple pieces, right? And like I said, and change the color. because it's the same design, but completely different colors, and it looks like a completely different pattern. That's neat, eh? Thank you, Lou. Thanks, Donna. All right, let's do the other half of the blue. I really should have gone to a smaller size tool for the blue ones because I'm dealing with a lot of paint at the end of the swoop. But it seems to be working okay. Nothing major happening here. Starting to speak to you. Are you the only one seeing the triple dots moving? Yeah, I imagine they look like they're moving, especially with all the light hitting off all of these paints, eh? That's very kind of you. Thank you. Lots and lots of practice, right? How are all your critters doing? Audrey's doing good here. How are your fur babies doing? Please give them all kisses on the snoot for me. Clean off your tool very, very often as well. Like every second swoop, I wipe my tool to get all the paint off. Make sure you're cleaning off your tool very regularly. Oh, that was a big one. Now, fair warning for the nose blowing that's going to happen now. Woo. I feel like this box might need to be covered in the glitter Mod Podge as a sealer. I think I'm going to have to test that. I'm going to have to test it on, I'll test it on my little test canvas as well. Thank you for the bless yous. Spoiled, good. 4 of them are good. Lily's near the end of life. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, my heart goes out to you. Still passed out. Mouth is yawning now, hoping I can make it through the next half hour. Keep my fingers crossed for ya. Glitter makes everything better. Yeah, it could be kind of neat. Canadian Goose, right? Yeah, I got a powerful schnoz. So what are we gonna do? Okay, I'm just gonna set this here for a second because I have to sit and look at it for a minute. So I need to end it with teal. I'm not adding orange to this one. I'm so sorry. I can't do it. Yeah, I think it could be fun to play with the Mod Podge. What to see. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I think we should go back to orange. I did get a lot done, eh? This is cool. Considering all we had done when we started were the teal swoops down here. We added in the purple there, built up all those swoops, built up the petal and those swoops. We'll do another one that has those colors and we'll put orange in it though. We will keep that color scheme on deck. For sure. I'm trying to think. Right? When you set it back, it makes a big difference. So we'll definitely do that color scheme though, just not on this one. But we will. Now, the thing that's slowing me down is that I don't want to put teal here and have it run into the teal here. So what I might do is do another purple and then do a big teal swoop down the middle like I have the pink swoop there. I think that's what I will do. It does look like it would do good with a black light, eh? I don't think that it would though. Oh, thank you. Can I hear what? So sorry, love. What do you mean? Can I hear what? Orange, orange, orange. I promise it will be on another project. I promise, I promise. All right, so we're going to go back to purple. And we are going to do some more swoops. And finish this off. Okay. Back to purple. Here we go. Because you're right, I do think a really bright orange would look really nice. Oh, so we'll do that on another one. So I want to keep that space in between, so I'm going to make sure that I overlap these swoops as much as I need to keep the spaces in between, because I really want to make sure that there's room in there for that teal swoop to go down the center. So this is again where it would be much more or much less risky for me if I waited and did these swoops once the blue ones were dry. However, apparently tonight I'm living on the edge. So we're going to finish these ones and then we're going to add in some teal down the middle. And we'll go from there. All right, so now we have room for the teal. We will put down the center there. All right, let me catch up on comments because I know I'm behind. It's okay. Oh my gosh, nothing to forgive. You're not getting notifications. That's weird. I will try to post ahead of time to let you know. That's really weird. Hi, Chris. How you doing? We'll be doing workshops with the Phoenix design, Jamie. No, not at this time. No, workshops are still on hold for a while. And I think I actually need to wait until those purple ones are dry before I put the teal down the middle. I think that'll make me nervous. That's really weird. That's really weird. I'm sorry to hear that TikTok's being goofy about that. All right, so yeah, I need to wait for the purple to dry before I do the teal down the middle. So let's talk about what we're gonna do around the edge. I'm thinking rows of dots. But well, the teal makes me nervous because both sides of my swoop are going to be going down on top of wet paint. When I'm doing this one, I can kind of keep it light enough that it can kind of skim over the top, but when you're going and pulling down, that tends to not work very well. Yeah, because I'd be going down and because I'd be with the overlapping ones here, I'm not touching the most concentrated area of paint from this either. So that's the wettest spot, right? The spot that takes the longest to dry is this one. So if I'm going down here, I could be cutting right through those ones and running into those. Yeah, that one just makes me nervous. So what I'm thinking, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? I think what I want to do sorry, I just heard someone yelling outside. That didn't sound good. Saturday night. So, no, I really want to do the teal swoop, so I'm just going to wait for them to dry and then they'll be totally good. Are the paints tactile or smooth because of the finishing you use? So when I use resin, like on the keychains, you won't feel the bumps of the design. But when I varnish something like this, you will feel the bumps. So on this one, you would feel the bumps. You could hear them too. Yeah, that was freaky. This is one of the other designs that I'm going to be making quite a few of. This one is still left in my shop. I was really surprised. This is one of my favorite ones. And I was really surprised that this one hasn't been adopted yet. This one is still available. This one is still available. And this one is still available. I love that. I'm going to be doing up some patterns for each of these little designs as well. So if you want to practice some mini mandalas, and I've got some wraparound mug designs that are almost ready to go for patterns too. For the most part, I ship worldwide. So my suggestion would be, I think I've got everything set up the way that I need it to be on my website to ship worldwide. But if you run into any issues on my website, then definitely reach out and let me know. Oh, yes. When you can feel it, right? The mugs are nice like that in some of them because you can feel the tactile when you're like holding the mug and drinking your tea. Well, that's a good idea. I've thought about doing ones inspired by the houses. I've thought I've got some bigger ones too, and I want to replicate this because I love this one. I think this one's so fun. That one's an old one that I did. So I've got some big ones that I'm going to do this with, and then I've got more of the keychains. Then I'm definitely going to play around with some more of the colors. I've got one that is in the same colors as the Phoenix design. I haven't listed this one yet, but it will get listed probably tomorrow. And this is a color scheme I'm going to do a lot with as well. I'm going to do a lot more in this color scheme because it's freaking beautiful. And that metallic dark purple, like, come on. So pretty. It does have a 70s vibe, eh? All kinds of cool ideas. This one does too. This one's super trippy. Is this the one that you meant? The 70s vibe? Boop. I love this one. I need to... Please tell me you would use blue and bronze for Ravenclaw. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this one's really fun. So it's been... I've got lots of different ideas. I've got lots of ideas for some of these big items. I've got more patterns on deck, like I said. My goal is to start being able to release 2 to 3 patterns a month. So the next one is going to be a wraparound mug design. The one after that is going to be the mini mandalas for keychains. And then the one after that, we are going to do the wave design. And I'll show you the wave design. It was first done on an incense holder. I've had requests for this pattern for quite some time. Almost as many requests as I had for the Phoenix pattern. Almost. Not quite as many, but almost. This is the wave design. Some more swoops. So this is going to be another pattern that's coming soon too. So there's all kinds of fun ones that are coming down the pipe, and I want to create some new ones as well. I've got some of the mugs that I did when I was doing the card pulls for the mugs. Hi, Audrey. What you doing? The card pulls for the mugs, and there's some designs from those that I really want to do more with too. So, yeah, we're definitely not going to run out of ideas. That is for sure. I'm going to do some other patterns as well that are more dots, because I know that swoops really aren't for everybody. Not everybody's comfortable with them. Not everybody finds them as fun as I do. So I am going to create some patterns that are all dots as well. I get so annoyed when people say blue and silver. No, it's blue and bronze. Oh, thanks, guys. Let's say hi to Audrey. I think so. What I'll do is I'll bring you down here and we'll say hi. Say hi to Audrey. And then we'll probably sign off because we've got kind of a natural stopping point. Hello, Audrey. Audrey. Hi. What are you doing? She's like, I'm busy looking out the window. What? When is it? Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, and down she goes. She's going to flop on the ground. Oh, you heard me say it, so now you're going to make me look like a liar. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, there she goes. Oh, what are you doing? Audrey. Audrey. What are you doing? She looks like a turtle on the back. Hi. I found on Etsy some people that make the shirts for Sphynx cats, and they actually come up very high on the neck. So I'm going to look at some of those patterns and try and get one made that comes up high on the neck that would fit her, because then I could build the moleskin into it, and it would actually stay up here where it's supposed to and fit her properly and keep her from scratching. But right now, I call her my little douchebag because she looks like she's got a popped collar. Don't ya? You got a popped collar. Right, now where are we going? Hi. Thank you. Hi. Smacking me with her tail. Oh, I love her tail. Here you go, Puddin'. Ow! Ah! She has this new thing that she does where she hides under here while I'm painting. Yeah, I saw ya. She just came up and bit my ankle. Because when she wants attention and she wants me to be off my phone or off and be done painting, she will come under here, and then while I'm painting with my feet over here, she will jump out through this little curtain and wrap her arms around my leg and bite, usually right here. Yeah. Right, Audrey? She's getting mad now. She just went to try to bite my elbow. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. All right. Your pup Sophia saw herself for the first time in the mirror and did a double take. That's amazing. With an orange cat. That would have been one of the cats at the farm that I lived on last year. There she is. What are you doing, Tank? Stop filming me. I want attention and food. So, hi. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. It was wonderful to see you. And I will keep you posted when I'm going to be online later this week. Yeah, she's pretty sweet. I love her. Is Jerry Lynn here? So what's up with her tail? That's a good question. So she was a rescue, and while she was in the shelter being fixed, she was really, really, really stressed out, and she chewed the end of her tail off in the stress. And then they amputated it, and they went home that night. And then by the next morning, yeah, she's done now. They when they came back in, hadn't amputated enough of it off, and she had done it again where she chewed the end of her tail off. So already knowing that she has a lot of anxiety, and that tends to come out in scratching and biting and stuff like that. She has a couple spots on her neck that she has scratched to the point of almost tearing through the skin down to the muscle. And they're healing. They've healed, but there's a lot of scar tissue and the fur's not growing back. So she has this little bald patch on the back of her neck. So I keep her in the hoodie to keep her from scratching that spot, because she still does scratch quite a bit. Now, I also think that she has a dust allergy. And while we're really, really happy here at Mom's, it's just a fact that there's a ton of dust. I mean, we've got 30-year-old carpets. It's really, really difficult to stay ahead of the dust. We are supposed to be getting new floors at some point over the next little while. We don't quite know when or how long that's going to take, but we are supposed to get that, and I'm hoping that will help her at that point, because it'll be significantly easier to keep the place clean. Yeah, it really is. It was absolutely heartbreaking, and I'm just so grateful. Like, I know it's hard to see her. I want to get her out of the hoodie so bad so that she doesn't have to wear it, but I'm like, you know what? You're okay. You live a good life. You get a shit ton of food and a shit ton of love and attention, and she seems really happy here. I am coming up with more keychains. I actually will show you the little bit of progress that I've been making here. I got the first sides. I'm going to be listing 5 more of these keychains. I'm just painting the other side of them now. And I haven't started on the other side of these, but I got the first side done on these ones. So I'm going to release 5 of each of those. And then I'm going to just go and start creating some more designs and more colors, all of that sort of stuff. Then she ripped the whole front of one of my couches off. Yeah. It's hard. It's really, really hard. You know, I want her to be happy. I want her to not scratch. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping, like I said, I'd love to be able to take her hoodie off and not have her wear it. But as of right now, it's not really feasible. Oh, thank you, Nadia. That's so kind of you. Oh. The Tiny Penis Club is out in full force tonight. So sad. So many teeny tiny penises. Anyways. Hi, Phil. How you doing? Aw, thank you, Donna. I'm lucky to have her. I never in a million years anticipated enjoying having a cat as much as I enjoy having her. She is hilarious. Absolutely hysterical. I've never in a million years thought that I would enjoy it as much. And I'm sorry to do this, you guys, but it is time for me to sign off. I'm doing good, Phil. I'm so glad to hear you're doing good. Things are starting to settle down. I'll be reaching out again at some point for sure. For sure. It's just been so hectic. I haven't been able to kind of keep it straight as to where I need to be and what my actual routine is. Yes, let's definitely talk soon for sure. Oh yeah, she's a total diva. She is a total diva. She runs this household for sure, and I love every second of it. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. This is fun to do a later live than I normally do. I really liked this, and I'll try and do more of these. Maybe that'll mean I get to spend some more time with Jerry Lynn if I go live a little bit later every once in a while. I hope we get the new flooring soon too. Thank you. I hope so. I think that'll be fun. It's going to be one hell of a big job getting everything moved around to be able to do it, but we'll figure it out somehow, right? I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of the love and support, and thank you for choosing to spend your spare time with me. I really, it means the world. I love ya. Love you guys a lot. Please take care of yourselves, and you know where to find me if any questions come up that I can help you with. And otherwise, I'll look forward to hanging out with you again on my next live or whenever our paths cross again. Please take care of yourselves, get some rest, and take care of yourself. And I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.